This is ChatGPT. It's an AI from openai.com. So as you can see, there is the 3.5, which is the free version, and then there is the 4.0, which is the one you pay for, $20 monthly. This one can actually do a lot of things than this. We are going to use this free version to just do something today. The topic we want to look at today is using subqueries to solve queries. Subquery, we'll go into it. So before then, let me just quickly show you some things, how you use this ChatGPT. All I will do now, I'm going to ask you to write some queries for me. The first thing I'm going to do is I will simply ask it as if I'm interacting with it. Let's hear what it's going to tell me. Now watch the answer it's going to give me. It said, "Thank you for asking. I'm just a computer program, so I don't have feelings. But I'm here and ready to assist you with any question or task you have. How can I help you today?" So this is how I work. This is me interacting with an AI. So I don't need to disturb myself looking for somebody to ask question again. Now I'm going to ask you this question. Did you see that? See what I type? Okay. So now I'm going to run it. Now watch what it's going to tell me. See, he wrote the query. Finish. Simple as that. This is the query he wrote. Can you see the query? Select e.employee ID, l.city, d department underscore name from employee E. Join department D on e department ID equals to d department ID. Join location L on d location ID equals to l location ID. Now I'm going to copy it. And look at the text he gave me. Look at the answer. Certainly, you can achieve this by using the SQL joins to combine data from employees, department, and location tables. Assuming you have common keys such as department ID, location ID, that link these tables together. Here is SQL query that will retrieve the employee ID, city from the locations table and department name from the department table for all employees in the company. We use the join keyword to combine data from employees, department, and location. You can see all that. Now I'm just going to copy this. Now I've copied that. So I come here. And I paste, right? So I paste that and then I look at it. Everything seems to be okay. Let me just execute it. Can you see? He brought out the answer. So even if I didn't know how to write the query, the AI has helped me. Do you understand that? That is it. So that is how easy life is now for anybody that wants to learn programming. But the thing is, you need to know exactly what you want and how to ask the AI to give you what you want. And then when it presents the answer to you, how you are going to use it, where you are going to take it to, the platform you are going to run it, you still need to know those informations. Now, I can now ask it a question. What I did now is I ran it in another application for you to see the output. So I'm asking it, how can I use this with Python language to produce a report to my line manager? Now watch the answer it's going to give me. Did you see that? Finish. Now it's telling me, look at what it's saying. It's saying to use Python to retrieve the data from your Oracle database and generate a report for your line manager, you will need to use Python database libraries such as this. To connect to the database, execute the SQL query, and then format the result into a report. Here is a step-by-step guide. Install this library if you haven't already. You can install it using pip. Now it's showing you the process. Now import the necessary libraries and establish a connection to your Oracle database. That is showing you. Create cursor to execute your SQL query. Now execute the SQL query to retrieve the data. Now this is the SQL query that you are executing, which is behind the scene. Fetch the result and format them into a report. You can choose various ways to format the report, such as printing it to the console or writing it to a file. Here is an example of printing the report to the console. Now this is the one that is using Python to write. Close the cursor and the database connection when you are done. Run the Python script and it will connect to your Oracle database, retrieve the data and display it as a report. You see, these are the steps. So you are not just presuming that, okay, you want to learn Python and the question is, what do you want to do with it? We are doing SQL, and SQL is a query language that enables you to get data from the database. You are now going to feed it to a Python script that will now eventually give you the output that anybody is going to look at. There are steps. So it's not something you jump. You have to understand, to become a data analyst, there are 4 basic things you need. You need SQL knowledge, Excel knowledge, Python knowledge, not necessarily Python. You can use any other programming languages. Do you understand? But you need SQL knowledge to get the data from the database. Then you need Excel knowledge. Then you need a reporting tool like Power BI or Tableau or Crystal Report. You understand? So it's not at one sitting you will get all these things. So it's step by step. You learn this first one, try as much as possible to practice this one and see how far you can go. Then you add the other ones to it bit by bit. So that is the process. Otherwise, you just mumble everything up and you get confused and then you get tired and just give up. It's not as straightforward as that. People will come online and tell you in 3 months, we will teach you everything. You will grab all these things. Nobody, they will give you bit by bit. It's bit by bit they will give to you, bit by bit. Nobody will go extensively the way I have gone in teaching you SQL. It's bit by bit they will give you. I sent you a link. On that our platform. So you can look at that link and click that link and see that guy teaching the entire SQL in 1 hour. And tell me if watching it in 1 hour is enough for you to understand everything. You can only understand what that guy has taught in 1 hour because of these numbers of days that we have spent looking at this. That is when that is 1 hour lecture will give you a glimpse of what he is talking about. So that was why I sent you that link, so that you will appreciate what we are doing here. So this is it. So for me, this AI makes life very easy for me because I have this knowledge. So all I do is follow this background, follow this, use the AI. It makes life very easy. Where I could sit down to write a lot of script, a very long script, I can just ask the AI to do it for me, and then I'll copy it and paste. And that is it. So this is what a lot of programmers are doing that makes life very easy. But the fact remains that you must have that foundation. You must know exactly what you want the AI to do for you. And when the AI returns the output, you'll be able to understand what it's saying. Otherwise, it will be useless. Like I told you, AI is not new. A company is an AI. A company has different parts, and each of these parts are working together to give out the final output, which is the final product that the company is selling. And then the company gets money in return for that product. So the same thing, when you bring in an AI, what you are just doing is you are miniaturizing the company to a very small thing. So eventually we'll now have one AI that represents the whole company. The AI will do the work of an accountant. The AI will do the work of... So you just need one person who will sit down to be telling the AI, I want this from you. Give me this. These are the data you need. Produce this for me. Take this, produce this for me. Take this, produce this for me. You can see what I did here. I gave the AI what I want by asking it the correct question, that I need you to write this for me. I need you to do this for me. I need you to do this for me. And the AI used those things. Now, if I didn't know what to ask for, I will not be able to instruct the AI on what to do now. the AI will be confused. You won't know exactly what you want. It's because I know what I want. That is why I'm able to communicate with the AI. Otherwise, the AI will just be there. Very powerful tool, but useless in my hand because I don't know how to control it. So it's not about wanting to learn all these things at once. If you rush it that way, you will get discouraged because you just realize that you are trying to hold on to this, you are trying to hold on to this, you are trying to hold on to this, and it's so much that you get confused and then you give up. But take it bit by bit. Learn this one first, practice with this one first, understand the concept, then you move on to the next thing. Understand the concept, you move on to the next thing, because at the end of the day, you are going to tie all of them together